Hey friends, have you ever wanted to stay in one of these glass igloos in the middle of Finland where you could see the northern lights above you from bed? Well, on our recent trip to Finland, we did something, I think it was even better. We stayed at the Northern Lights Ranch. It's in a town called Kongas. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but this place was beautiful and I'm gonna tell you all about it right now. Bully, I still can't believe we went to Finland and we actually saw the Northern Lights. Oh my God, bucket list, check. So my wife and I, we just spent our 10-year anniversary in Lapland, Finland. We wanted to do something special and we've been talking for years about trying to see the Northern Lights. We've done a lot of travels, Europe mostly, been to a lot of different places, but really wanted to get this chance to see the Northern Lights. If you're planning a trip to Lapland or Iceland or somewhere like that, you must go with the mindset that there's a very strong chance you're not gonna see the Northern Lights. A lot of the people I follow on YouTube, they spent a whole week or however many days and didn't see the Northern Lights. Some of the locals that I follow have said, I've seen the Northern Lights about 5 times in my life. I'm like, wow, so maybe it's not as easy as I thought. And so you wanna plan all other kinds of fun activities and beautiful things to see while you're there. That's what I did. I planned a nice itinerary for us. The first night, we wanted to do something special, at least one night, because the trip was already expensive and with all the excursions. So the one thing that we wanted to do was sleep in a place that had a glass ceiling. That way at night and lying in bed, you could see the Northern Lights, and these places looked amazing, but they're really pricey. I did notice prices were much more affordable, like let's say in October or really any other time of year, but the closer it got to December, the prices just kept going up and up. I wasn't able to book one of those glass igloos because it was just out of the budget. However, I did find one thing that was still pricey, but the next best thing, and it was actually quite awesome. We stayed our first night at the Northern Lights Ranch in Kongas. We landed in Rovaniemi. It's about a 2.5-hour drive north. So just to give you an idea, it was 0 degrees Fahrenheit when we landed, and 2.5 hours later, the further north we went, it was negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit. And Celsius, that's like negative 26 or something like that. Very cold. Northern Lights Ranch was this beautiful, beautiful place. So each one is like its own little unit with a glass ceiling. It's almost all glass, all sides and the ceiling glass. So you're just seeing the beautiful forest outside covered in snow. Mind you, everything looked like a postcard. Everywhere we went in Lapland, just the snow was everywhere and it was so beautiful. On their grounds, they really have everything you need. They have a restaurant for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They had an ice skating rink. They had a sauna that everyone could go and use. Some of the units, if you pay a little extra, have their own sauna, which is pretty cool. We didn't quite get that one.
Literally in a winter wonderland.
There's some hiking trails on the grounds as well. The people that work there will give you heads up if there's like good Northern Lights activity going on. Unfortunately, for most of our trip, it was very cloudy. Like almost every single day, night was just cloudy, snow nonstop. So we didn't even think we were gonna see the Northern Lights the whole trip. So we didn't see it that night, but it's quite all right. We had such a nice time. It was beautiful. Northern Lights Ranch. We're on the ice skating rink. We didn't feel like looking for the right pairs of shoes, but we're just gonna walk around on the ice. There's a reindeer farm there as well. Some areas where the reindeer are just roaming around, and it is so beautiful. We had never seen reindeer before. You know, there's certain states we see, I don't know, the regular deer. They just look a lot different. So we finally got to see reindeer, which was cool. The room's warm, heated floors, and it's just very elegant. We really enjoyed staying there. We would like, man, I wish we had at least 1 or 2 more nights here. That would have been really cool. The restaurant that I mentioned, the food was fantastic. All really clean, natural herbs and spices, and all their vegetables and things are grown there. So we learned that there's a berry that's very popular over there, lingonberry, and it's used a lot in different restaurants and different recipes. Even one of the cocktails we had that night, the server was telling us that the chef actually picks the lingonberries themselves and like makes the puree or whatever it is out of it for this drink. It's like, wow, they really go all out to make this a beautiful experience.
What do you think, Dami?
Oh, sweet babies. Oh my goodness.
Cheers. Happy anniversary trip.
When I get my wife to do a video with me, we'll talk a little bit more details about the food and those specifics, but it was so good. If you haven't already and want to see our full Finland highlight video, it'll give you a chance to kind of relive it with us. I recommend you checking it out here. It'll really give you the experience. You kind of feel the love that we felt throughout this trip. It was so awesome. Hey, sweetheart. My love. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
You having fun?
Yeah, but it's too cold.
I hope I'm keeping you a little bit warm. That's the Northern Lights Ranch. If I ever go back, I will absolutely make sure that we spend at least 2 nights there because it was just too awesome. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video and following me along on my Finland trip. Thank you to Finland. Thank you to all the locals for allowing people like us to go enjoy this beautiful country. So guys, I want to close with a cheers. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. And I say cheers to friendship, love, and happiness, and adventures. Travel, folks. Cheers.
We're gonna meet Santa.
It's so cozy and warm. I wonder where Babu is. Oh shit! Oh my god! You're crazy!
It's so cold.
You're crazy!
Hey guys, hope you liked that video. If you want to keep watching us on our trip in Finland, subscribe to the channel, all right?